showing off the full stack today. Pretty good size haul, I do believe. Alright. I'm gonna go finish enjoying this bourbon. Welcome to today's video, and welcome to my page. I am the Dollar Bin Diver. As the name suggests, I hunt for comics in dollar bins, 50-cent bins, and really any kind of discount bin. Today I will be showing off an awesome haul of comics from some discount bins. These actually come from a peddler's mall, or a vendor's mall I guess it is, in London, Kentucky. This vendor is Kirby's Comics, and as you might see some of the prices here for some really good books. Some really good prices for some really good books. Alright, and if you've watched any of my videos, you've probably noticed I am quite the fan of Donny Cates. I am currently working on collecting his current run on Thor, as well as some of his other runs. I was able to find an earlier issue, that being issue number 7, and I believe it was only $2 or $3. I figured I had to grab it. I was also able to find issue number 9 from that run for only $2. So considering these were $4 cover price and are getting more and more difficult to find, I was very pleased about that. Moving on, here is Venom, issue number 13, legacy number 178. This is a part of that War of Realms event. I believe most of this run was done by Donny Cates, and I've read the whole run digitally, but I have been working on grabbing it in paper as well, in print. Okay, one more here by Donny Cates that I was able to find is Web of Venom Wraith. This is issue number 1 of that run, and I did collect more newer comics in this run today, but I have some older ones in there as well. I am gonna switch gears for just a moment, and I'm gonna mention about my bourbon of choice today. And today, that will actually be Evan Williams Honey. So normally I use this as a mixer, but it was getting a little too sweet as a mixer. So today I'm gonna do it just sampling straight. And as you can tell by the bottle there, this is only a 65 proof, so it is a lower proof than my usual samples, but it is a very sweet. It's very nice there. I'm gonna place it here in the front so you can see, and it is a honey, Evan Williams Honey. So very light color there, obviously sweet with that honey note. Maybe a little oak in there still, and almost a hint of vanilla even. Liquid honey. Alright, I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to continue on here with Hailstorm, Prince of Lies. This is issue number 5 from this run. And one really cool thing about Kirby's booths, a lot of times there will be an extra comic in there. This time it was The Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix, issue number 3. Don't know that I'm collecting that run aggressively right now. I do have 1 or 2 other issues though, but it is nice to find some extra comics in there. Alright, still kind of with some newer-ish comics, definitely some modern. This is The War Masters of Thanos, the Black Order, issue number 2. Looks like that's a really cool cover there. The Black Order, I guess, has been captured and are being brought in. I don't know as much about this run. I believe it's a shorter run, and I have one or two other issues in this run, so I'm really excited to give it a good read. Arguably one of the more exciting aspects of Avengers Infinity War was the appearance of the Black Order and the power plays that they made throughout the movie. Alright, so moving on though. Here is Captain America and Hawkeye. All new creative team by Bunn. I believe we saw that author's name on a few other issues earlier in this haul so far. This is issue number 629. Moving on to another run of Captain America. This is issue number 14 from Brubaker's run. I have been trying to collect this run a little more aggressively. I know there were quite a few in that run, but I've heard from several people now that it is one of their favorite runs of Captain America, so I am giving it a try to collect that run and give it a good read. As some of you may know, I am a completionist, and I hate to jump into reading a comic halfway through or starting on one or two issues if I have a big gap. So oftentimes I like to complete the run before beginning on reading it. So, alright, moving on here is X-Men Schism, issue 4 of 5. I don't remember the price on this right off, but again, as with many of the comics I get from Kirby and his booths, it will have an extra comic. This time, this was issue number 5 of 5. I do believe I have this run completed already, but I had variant covers, so getting back to the main covers here was kind of nice, especially for $1.50 for both of them. Okay, moving on here, but before I do that, feel free to give me a like and subscribe and share this video. Alright, here we are, X-Men, 10 of Swords, Stasis. This is part 11 of 22. This is the X-Men issue of that run. So, I do not know as much about this run, this event, but I have several issues in it, and I'm excited to get enough consecutive issues to begin reading. Here is, also as my extra comic, Max Comics Fury, issue number 1. For me, that is nice. I can go ahead and open that one up and see if I enjoy the story enough to try to collect the others. And worth noting in the corner there, parental advisory, explicit content. Alright, continuing with the X-Men theme though. Here is Classic X-Men, The Dark Phoenix Saga, issue number 37. I'm trying to remember if Classic X-Men reprints some of the bigger stories within the X-Men run, or if it was all original stories, but this year obviously the Dark Phoenix Saga, big storyline within X-Men, so I'm excited to have it. Give it a good read soon. Alright, now moving on to Marvel's first family, Fantastic Four, issue number 308, introducing the strangest new villain of the year, Facade. I don't know anything about this comic, but or this this villain, that is, but I am a fan of collecting this comic and filling in gaps when I can. Let me set these off to the side. Moving on, Fear Itself, Sins Past. I believe this one was just $1. This issue was a one-shot, so it's nice to go ahead and just add into my collection of the Fear Itself event and have as an extra tie-in. Alright, a little bit older here. I believe some Copper Age, I guess you could call it. Some 90s goodness. This is Darkhawk, issue number 48. This is near the end of that run, where some of the issues become a little more difficult to find. But here, the coming of Darkhawk's greatest foe, Overhawk. I actually don't know. I haven't read this comic yet. I believe I have this run almost completed now, just missing 1 or 2 more issues near the end of the run, so very excited with that. Okay, moving on to another newer comic. Here is Batman 0 Point. This is issue number 1 of that Fortnite crossover comic. I believe I read this story as the free comic book day comic, but having issue number 1 to actually complete my set was definitely worth the $2. And as an extra in that run, in that era, is Batman Foundation Fortnite. This is issue number 1 of that run. I actually do not know if there are several or if this was a one-shot of sorts. But regardless, it's an awesome cover there, and hopefully a fun story. Continuing on, back with FF. This is by Hickman. This is another Fantastic Four related run that I have been collecting, and I actually have a good chunk of the first dozen issues now, especially with this. And as my extra comic, issue number 14, which helps me with that run even more. So, and for a fair price, as you saw there. And isn't that just an awesome cover there on the front? Alright. And continuing with that run, here's issue number 18 of FF by Hickman. Okay. Speeding along just a little bit. Here's one of the older comics I got in this haul today. And of course, this is The Avengers, issue number 213, The Court Martial of Yellow Jacket. I did pay a little bit more than I normally pay for for my comics, especially from discount bins, but this one has quite a few key aspects to it, and I really wanted to fill that gap, so I was willing to pay more than my dollar average, which I guess with some of the other deals I did fairly well still. Alright, another Avengers title of sorts, Avengers Infinity, issue number 3. This is by Stern. I'm not for sure how many issues were in this run. I was thinking this was a sort of mini run, but I have a few others in this run, and the appearance of the Eternals there, obviously, and some of these cosmic players. Those are some stories that I really enjoy jumping into, so hopefully I can collect these others soon and give it a good read. I'm going to set these off to the side for the final set of comics. This is Devil's Reign, issue number 1 of 6. This was Zdarsky's big event on Daredevil, and I did pay a little bit more for these, but I was able to get issue 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, and issue number 5. Sadly, no issue number 6, but some awesome covers there. Especially that one there with Mayor Fisk and the pile of bodies there. Alright. Also, and this one might be one of my favorites, with Daredevil and Cap hiding from this militia. And I was also able to get a bonus DC The Weird. I have no idea, but it is by Starlin, so it is likely I will enjoy reading this mini series issue. And one last comic that I'll let slip through, that is Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, issue number 4. This is a variant edition, but an awesome cover there. I am not keeping up with this run, but I have a good chunk of those first 2-3 issues already. Here's issue number 4, so perhaps I can jump into that one here soon. Alright. I'm going to finish with showing off the full stack today. pretty good size haul, I do believe. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go finish enjoying this bourbon. It's actually pretty nice, straight. It makes for a very smooth mixer, but it's been pretty tasty straight. So, thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Have a great day.